He was patient. But now commands all men everywhere to repent, because he has appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness. Now, maybe somebody on the street skeptical of that claim of a coming day of judgment. But if I were to continue reading the verse, he'd say this, that he's given assurance unto all mankind in that he raised Christ from the dead. That is God's evidence that there is a coming day of judgment. And there's something that God requires from every one of us. You might smirk, you might mock, but you're going to have to answer for this. God commands all men everywhere to repent, because he's appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness. God will have a judgment that is absolutely inflexible. Now today there's a lot of conversation over the miscarriage of justice that's happening in our world. There's criminals, murderers, rapists that are being given bail and being allowed to go back into the streets. And then there's people that commit crimes that would have been considered not an offense to put in prison, and yet they're in prison. People are concerned in 2024 that there's a miscarriage of justice. Can I tell you that on this day that I've been reading about in Acts chapter 17, there's coming a day in which God will judge the world in righteousness. You won't have a lawyer by your side that can twist the story into your favor. Religion is not going to save you, friend. I've already heard you can pray 5 times a day. You can do pilgrimages. You can join a church or be baptized. That will not help you on the day of judgment. For God will judge in that day according to an inflexible standard, which is really himself. God is light, and in him is no darkness at all. The Bible tells us all liars shall have their part in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone.